Yo,
What are you doing
I
here?
know the camera's on, right?
Oh, sorry about that, yo. I didn't know the camera was on. Okay, now you may be wondering, what is this video, man? What is this video? Why does this seem so serious? It's not really that serious, if I'm being honest. Now, I just wanted to come on today and talk a little, okay? More so about YouTube and where we're headed. I can acknowledge that the last few months. Okay, not few months, it's been like a week. Have been a pretty big change, I quit full-time streaming, I'm now basically full-time YouTube. Not that, I'm almost there. And I'm still kind of figuring out what kind of creator I want to be, It's been a little weird transitioning from, streaming every single day to making videos. And streaming was kind of something we built together. But YouTube is it's something different. And I'm trying to build it in a different way. Now, we recently completed our first ever YouTube series, which was 007 First Light. And there's a lot I want to say about it, especially the love that I have for it and the kind of experience in general. But I'm gonna do like a different video for that. I'm gonna do like a whole rating thing where I rate the game out of 100, and then we're gonna do that for like every game we play next. It's gonna be called the Valentine meter. Yeah, I know, it's pretty tough.
Nope.
Who said that? Now, I know 007 didn't quite get the reaction that maybe some of my other videos did. For example, Outlast. And that's okay. Obviously I'd love for more people to see the work I put into it. But honestly, making those videos reminded me why I wanted to do YouTube in the first place. Numbers, they matter, but they aren't really everything. You don't want to immediately abandon something just because it didn't perform. You kind of want to build an audience that trusts your choices, and part of this video is me kind of asking for that trust in me from y'all. I don't really want this channel to become me just playing whatever people expect me to play, Of course, I'm going to take a lot of game recommendations, but then after I get those recommendations from you guys, I then decide for myself, is this game worth, putting my time into or not? That's kind of the whole thing. And yeah, like I said, I want you guys to eventually trust that if I'm making a video on something, there's a reason I'm making it, I didn't just make like an entire series of 007, every day I posted an hour long video fully edited. I didn't do that because I thought like, oh, yeah, this is gonna do well, this is fun. No, I did it because I genuinely wanted to do it, and I also think that the people who would watch it would, like it, or let's say love it, I don't know how people, like, what people's thoughts are on the series in general. All I really see are the numbers. I know some people don't have the time to watch the videos all the time, but that's kind of the whole beauty of YouTube, right? You can watch the videos on the weekend, you can watch it during your lunch break, you can watch it whenever, right? You can't really do that with Twitch. That's why I love YouTube. So my perspective, it's only like the beginning right now, so we just uploaded the videos. That's the only like perspective that I have from the series and the feedback that I have. I'm pretty sure there are only 3 people who have watched this series so far. 3 or 4. And that's obviously less than half than the people, who, for example, watched Outlast. And then, it's kind of just something to take into account, but it's not really my highest priority, focusing on, the numbers. Again, I want to head back to the trusting part. I appreciate everyone who supported me through Twitch and who is continuing to support me on YouTube now. And I know that not every video will be everyone's thing, and that's completely normal. I myself, again, I'm just a regular guy just like y'all. Whenever I watch a YouTuber, I'm not going to watch every one of their videos, of course not. We all have our personal preferences. And that's okay, that's completely normal. I hope you trust me enough to give things a chance when you can. And again, I don't want to like pressure you or anything, but if you haven't watched the 007 series yet, I would recommend you to watch them because I personally really love them. But yeah, give it a chance. Watch one video. If you like it, you can watch the next one. If you don't, then that's completely fine. Because obviously, I'm not only going to make 007 videos. We're anyways done with the series now. Another thing I wanted to talk about was like, what kind of videos are coming next? This is kind of the whole central point of this video. But yeah, generally, probably games like 007, that are story-driven. And then obviously the horror games, and also games that I've always wanted to experience, like ones like maybe like older games I just had never played before, you know, classics, maybe not classics, and maybe not so often. For example, a classic would be like Resident Evil 3 OG. I didn't enjoy editing that game as much because it is an old game and it's hard to edit. And then obviously, probably the most important one are new releases. I want to play most new release games that, you know, I myself am interested in. Now, in terms of video style, obviously, I want to focus on longer form videos. Occasionally, I will do short form videos like this, or like some random bullcrap like tier lists, or like reactions to a trailer, or like whatever. Now, when it comes to like longer form videos, there's not going to be as much editing compared to like short form videos, because longer form videos, they're long for a reason. It's because, you know, the game already speaks for itself, so doing too much unnecessary editing kind of ruins it a little bit. You know, the saying too much salt kind of ruins a dish. Which is why some of the longer videos are long for a reason. But then shorter videos like Outlast, okay, Outlast isn't that short, but you know what I mean. Those are going to be way more like edited and stuff, because then it makes the whole video just way more entertaining, and then it actually makes sense. But yeah, up and coming games. Honestly, I have like a list. I can pull that up right now. Hold on, y'all. Now look at this. Okay, this isn't like confirmed or anything. This is just something. All the games that I have from the top of my head. Nothing's confirmed. I don't even have most of these games. I didn't buy most of them or have them installed. Story games, I have Nier Automata. I have never played a Nier game in my life. Stellar Blade. I've been meaning to play Stellar Blade since the day of release, but I never got to it. One, it's expensive. Two, I just haven't found the time. Next one is Alan Wake. I've never played Alan Wake. Probably gonna do the sequel too if the first one is good. Silent Hill 2 Remake. I love Silent Hill 2 OG. It's one of the first horror games I ever played on the PS2. I was a little jit when I played it, and I was, you know, I was scared. I was shitting bricks. And has a special place in my heart. Dead Space, the remake. I've never played a Dead Space game either. A lot of people have told me to play Dead Space when I was still streaming. I have yet to play it, so I figured, you know, it would be nice here. And Horizon Zero Dawn, that too. I love the Decima engine, especially in Death Stranding as well. Also Death Stranding 2. I might play that too. But yeah, it's a sequel, so it's a bit harder to, you know, record if, you know, people haven't played the first game. And yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I love the Decima engine. I think it's the best looking engine out there. Death Stranding 2 is definitely the best looking game that's ever been made so far. Although I love the RE engine, we just need to be honest, the Decima engine, in terms of like graphics, it does look better. But yeah, then we have a couple of indie games. These indie games I really wanted to try. I think these two videos are going to be like up and coming next. We're not going to hop into like a big story game immediately. We're going to do a horror game and then like one of these two indie games and then back to a story game. We got Anno Mutination. I can never pronounce that. We got 1000X Resist. Yeah, those two are like kind of cyberpunky story-driven games. Anno is like a it's kind of like a platformer, not really. It's like two-dimensional though. Anno looks really cool. Art style wise at least. And then horror, we got Sorrow and Surprise. It's a surprise because I'm not going to tell y'all what horror games I'm going to play. I've already bought I bought like 4 horror games, and eventually you're going to wake up to a notification where you're like, oh my god, this horror game. It's a surprise. But yeah, that's basically it. If you're wondering, no, it's not going to follow the same pattern as 007 where like, yeah, we're going to do 007 the entire week where like 7 videos, every day there's a new video. No. It's not going to be like that. It's more so going to be like, okay, this is just an example. So don't, like, this isn't like the set schedule. I don't have a schedule. I'm not going to make one, because if you make a schedule for like a YouTube channel, I feel like it's a bit too, then you start feeling obligated to like upload, and then you get pressured and stuff. So I'm not going to do that. It's going to be more so like this. Let's say, horror game, short horror game that you can beat in one episode, bang. Next episode, you do an indie game, bang. Next episode, you do a story game, bang. Next episode, back to horror, back to indie, back to whatever, which isn't the story game. And then the next episode again is a story game again. So it's going to be like a back and forth kind of. Unless a story game is a game that everybody loves. And again, I really want your feedback. So please, if you have any sort of feedback, like, oh yeah, I would love to see you play more story games. I'd love to see you play horror games and indie games. I know I did a poll on Discord, but you know, I can't really follow that poll because you guys suck at voting. But yeah, let me know. Other than that, I'm just gonna choose by myself. I'm gonna choose by myself regardless, but I just want to see what y'all think. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.